Now the ice barrier stuff. Oh, there's more. Oh, ice barrier support. Oh yes, give me Trishula, Gungnir, and Brionac retrains. How about that? Oh, that already looks sick. Okay. Lancia, Dragonic ancestor of the Ice Spirit Mountain. Wait, this does not have ice barrier in its name. Level 10 Water Dragon Synchro Effect monster. Water tuner plus non-tuner monsters. Only use the first effect twice per turn. Once per chain, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon an ice barrier monster from hand, deck, extra deck, or graveyard. Then you can change an opponent's attack position monster to defense position. Okay, I have a... this is a special summon. This is not a synchro summon. This does not trigger something like Trishula, right? This does not trigger those, right? You can't. No, right? And then my other problem with this is I don't know what the main deck monsters for ice barriers really do. Keep reading? I will keep reading, don't worry, but I'm trying to evaluate this effect. I did not plan to stop after this. I'm going to keep reading. They are floodgates? All of them are floodgates. All of them are floodgates. God damn it. Of course they are. Okay. If this face-up synchro summon card in its owner's control leaves the field by your opponent, you can special summon an ice barrier synchro monster from your extra. This is treated as a synchro summon. Ah. Okay. So if your opponent gets rid of this, he's getting trished. I think you guys are overrating this card. A little bit. Like, I don't think it's a bad card, but look, in order to get ice barrier monsters from your hand, deck, or graveyard, you have to play ice barrier monsters. And those are some of the worst cards ever printed. Like, ice barrier cards are so bad. Like, come on. I don't want to put ice barrier cards in my deck. Oh, what did I do? The second effect is good, but that's your opponent leads to trigger it, right? And that's very hard for you to force, right? It's like, I don't know. I mean, look, this is a level 10 synchro, so you're competing with Baron de Fleur. You're competing with Sword Soul Chengying. You're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yes, in a pure ice barrier deck, this card is sick. But do I want to play a pure ice barrier deck because of this card? Probably not still, unless the next cards are busted. Am I going to play this in another deck? Because it's like, you can even... Isn't the Sword Soul token water? You could even play this in Sword Soul, right? But am I going to do that over Baron or Chengying or the evil Long Yuan? I don't think so. Like, I think I'd always make one of those three before I make this. Right? So I think this card is not as broke. The artwork is insane. I wish it was better than this, honestly, but I don't think it's that great. Like, it reads very strong, but then you realize it's an ice barrier support card. And I don't think that's where it's at. But okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the next couple ice barrier cards are just insane and we play pure ice barriers in a year. Georgius, Swordman of the Ice Barrier, level 6 tuner. First and second effect once per turn. If you control an ice barrier, you just special summon it from your hand. Okay, not bad. Michi for President and Infernity Enrico. Thank you guys for the subs. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. If it's normal or special, you can special summon a level 5 or lower ice barrier from hand or grave. Monsters in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate their effects while you control another ice. Okay. This summons itself from the hand, summons a monster from hand or graveyard, and is a floodgate. This dude is kind of busted. I don't like him. I don't like him. Why does he do all that? Why does he do all that? And it's a tuner. Alright. That card's good. Mirror Magic Master of the Ice Barrier. Level 2 tuner. You can only use the first and second effect each once per turn. You contribute one other effect monster. Special summon up to 3 Ice Barrier tokens. Level 1. If you do, increase this card's level by the number summoned. And you're locked into water synchros. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one of your Ice Barrier cards that's banished or in your deck to your hand. Except Mirror Magic Master of the Ice Barrier. Okay, so if I tribute a monster, I get 3 tokens. This thing goes up to level 5. It's an instant level 8 synchro. It doesn't quite get to Trishula. It doesn't quite get to... It also doesn't get to this dude. It's not a bad card though, because if it's sent to the graveyard, you get to add any Ice Barrier card from deck or banish to your hand. This is it's also a good card. Like this is honestly also an insane card. But I will say, I'm not sure if 2 custom main deck monsters are enough to make me want to play Ice Barriers. Right? I would have to go back and check the old Ice Barrier cards if there's like useful ones from back in the day. I'm not sure, not certain on that. I think most of them are pretty bad, but it definitely takes more than these 2 cards is what I'm trying to say. Both of those cards are really strong, but it takes more than that. And then we have Frozen Domains leading to the Ice Barrier. The second effect is once per turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Ice Barrier monsters. Okay, so you trish them in peace. That's nice. If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, you can return an Ice Barrier monster you control to the hand or deck. Then you can place a card on the field or in the graveyard on bottom of the deck. Okay, that is non-targeting placed to the bottom of the deck. That's powerful removal. Once per turn, during your end phase, reveal 3 Ice Barriers with different names in your extra deck or destroy this card. Okay. Not a bad card, but like all... I mean, it's a trap card. It's a trap card, so... There's that. If you can maybe set it up for free, maybe you play it. I don't think you would play it if you can't like search it easily or something like that. I don't think you're just going to try to hope to draw this card because you don't want to put multiple of this card in your deck in case you ever go second. So, yeah. Honestly, these are good new cards. These are good new cards. However, I think the problem here is that most of the old cards are going to be bad, but it's something that I'll probably revisit that. I'll probably revisit that on a stream next week. We could probably look at some of the old Ice Barrier cards and see if there's something here. But for now, let's leave it at these cards are all right. These cards are very good, but overall, I'm not sure if that makes Ice Barrier good enough. The answer is probably no. The answer is probably no, because there's a lot of archetypes out there that have recently received legacy support that was absolutely custom, right? Like absolutely custom legacy support, but the archetypes were just too old and too bad, right? I'm thinking of stuff like Crystal Beast, stuff like that, right? Where like TG, yeah, TGs as well. Like there's so many archetypes from like 10 plus years ago, and they get good support, but it just takes more than just that to make me play cards from 10 years ago that even were bad 10 years ago, right? Like literally, I don't think an Ice Barrier card was ever good outside of the Synchro monsters. Like I don't remember ever playing or seeing a single main deck Ice Barrier monster because of how bad they were. Naturia? I mean, Naturia plays none of the old Naturias. Literally only Sunflower. Everything else is from today, outside of obviously the Synchro monsters. Like, because for Naturia, it was the same thing. The only good Naturia cards were the Synchro monsters. So when they made support for it, they basically just made new cards, and you only played the new cards pretty much, with very, very few exceptions. Yeah, okay, Sacred Tree. That's it. But like, the point still stands. There's like 90% of old Naturia cards are all terrible, and almost all of the Naturia cards you play are the new ones. And there is not enough here to make a deck without the old cards. Like you can't make an Ice Barrier deck with just Georgius and Mirror Magic Master. It doesn't work, right? So that's that.